What's up, everybody? It is Matt Modi with OddsJam, and for this video, just previewing Baylor versus North Carolina March Madness second round game. So, pretty good game between these two teams, despite it being a 1 versus 8 matchup. Both of them dominated their first round game. Baylor did that as they should have as the 1 seed, so no surprise that they dominated their game, but UNC just mopping the floor with Marquette to the largest margin of victory ever in an 8 versus 9 seed. Now that was pretty impressive. So we'll start on the UNC side. In Roy Williams' first year, UNC kind of had an up and down year, but overall they ended the season on a hot streak. Obviously, everybody remembers that they beat Duke in Coach K's final home game. Not only did they beat Duke, but they absolutely dominated Duke. It was crazy the way they were able to dominate. And then they had a pretty good run in the ACC tournament before falling short to Virginia Tech, who ended up winning the tournament. So not a terrible loss there. And then in their first game against Marquette in their first round of the tournament, first one without Roy Williams, just absolutely mopped the floor against Marquette. Crazy how good UNC looked. Their big three, Caleb Love and Armando Bacot, as two of the big three, combined for a ton of points. I believe the big three combined for 68 of their 90-something points. Huge game. I mean, Caleb Love had a really good shooting performance. So UNC, looking into their matchup against Baylor, it's all going to depend on whether they're able to shoot as well as they did against Marquette. If they do, they have a legitimate chance of winning. UNC has the talent to hang with anybody. It's just a matter of their coaching inexperience as well as how well they're able to shoot. So on the Baylor side, kind of an under the radar incredible season for a defending national champ. They lost a ton of talent going into the into the NBA last year after they won the national championship, but all they did was follow that up with a 15-0 start. They had a 2-game losing streak, but they had some injuries and COVID issues, so you're able to kind of give them a pass for that. And then they had an impressive win against Kansas to end the season. So Baylor kind of getting lack of recognition despite being the national champion. So looking at this matchup, to me, it's all going to be dependent on whether UNC is able to hit shots or not. Sounds like a dumbed down version, but sometimes, especially in college basketball, if you just have a team that just can't hit shots, they just have a cold streak, it's not going to bode well for them. But they have Armando Bacot down low, who I think is going to make who's going to be a big deal in this game. It's going to make a big difference. So I wouldn't hate sprinkling a little bit on the North Carolina money line. There's a little bit of value getting them at Caesars plus 205. I'm not super confident that they win, but I do think there's more value on their money line than Baylor's at minus 225. Looking at the spread, it's kind of interesting. Every single book prices this at minus 5.5. Across the board, minus 5.5, which is a little crazy. So obviously no value on the spread. If I had to make a prediction, I would say probably UNC plus 5.5, but that's not an official bet that I'm going to take myself or anything. That's just to get a prediction out there. Looking at the total, unfortunately, same thing, not a ton of value. There's a little bit of EV on the over 148 on FanDuel, but not if you remove the VIG. It's not plus EV. And then there's a little bit of value on 149 if you take the under. So that screams to me that there's no play on the total. If anything, I would probably say under 149.5 is probably my favorite play of the main markets, because you're getting the under at a full point or half point lower, higher than what the other books have. So getting it at that value on BetMGM and PointsBet, I do think is valuable. But with how well these two teams can shoot, for basketball reasons, it makes me a little nervous. But for math reasons, it does make sense, right? The OddsJam perfect line prices it at minus 124. So getting it at minus 110 is plus EV. So to give a prediction, I'd probably say my favorite play of these is the under. But I did find a play on the first half spread for Baylor minus 2.5. That's probably my favorite play of the entire night. So this will be an official play. OddsJam perfect line prices it at minus 130. Most other books price the first half spread at 3 or 3.5. So getting it at a full point lower at minus 114 on FanDuel is a pretty good bet. So this is my official favorite play for this game, is Baylor minus 2.5 first half spread. But overall, to give a prediction. I do think UNC covers, and I do think I take the under 149.5. And that is all I got for you. So let me know what you think. Would love to hear your thoughts on my analysis and what I got right and what I got wrong. Feel free to hit me up at my Twitter handle below. You can also comment on the video to provide your thoughts that way. Other than that, would appreciate a like on the video and subscribe to the OddsJam YouTube channel. But as far as this video goes, that is all I got for you. So happy betting, happy watching, and good luck.